Good day, it's Twin Force Fusion, and I got asked a question if the K&N panel filter will make you save fuel or give you better miles per gallon. And I would say 5 or 6 years ago, there's a Canadian fellow of mine who did a test with, I think it was a Buick Regal or something Chevy, and you notice in his daily commute, actually the panel K&N filter did some miracles. Unfortunately, I don't remember, but I'm sure if you say amazing K&N filter, whatever, on YouTube, you'll find it. But today I'm gonna do the same test. I usually do a test loop. It's a true test loop. I mean, I go one way about, let's say, 30 miles, and I come back the other way, the same way I came, another 30 miles. So today the conditions are not too bad. There's a wind, but it's about 5 degrees or 40 degrees Fahrenheit. We do have a wind about 12 miles an hour from southwest, meaning I will have the wind in my face the first half, but I will have it on my back the other half. The humidity, it's at 55%. The pressure is at 102 kilopascal. And this car, even if it's a 2017, it's under 2,500 kilometers, which is basically under about 50 miles. So I usually do this test, the MPG loop, with the max boost oil conditioner and stuff like that, but the car is too new for to put any additive in the oil. I'll wait at least the true first oil change at 5,000 miles. So to make this video short, I'm gonna stop it now. I'm gonna do the first run with the FoMoCo filter, and I'll do the loop. It's always the same way. I fuel it. Once it stops, I wait 30 seconds. I'll top it off, and once it clicks, it's done. So I'll do both tests, and I'll come with the results at the end. All right, just for those the first time who see these tests, it's pretty simple. There's an Highway 50 I take. It's pretty straightforward. It's about 60 kilometers one way, 60 to come back. In total, it's about 120-ish, 121. Now, because this car needs a higher octane that my other cars usually use, I fill it up in another fuel station. It's not as like right on the highway compared to the other fuel station, but it's like only half a mile from there. So I'm gonna try to use the same pump, and the fuel for this car is it's a Petro-Canada 94 octane, and it has unfortunately has 10% ethanol in it, but it's 94 octane, so I'm not bitching too much about. So for those who know a bit where I am right now, I'm very close from Montebello, Quebec. Actually, I'm going to take this exit here, but if I would go one more, I would go to Montebello. So again, I'm not going to tell you the numbers so far, but I've been doing 100 kilometers all the way. If ever it went on the boost, it's the car did it itself. It's not me. And so I'm trying to I like to compare apples to apples. And again, this is a Real-World Mpg Test. So there was slight traffic, but nothing to slow me down. Only at one point I applied one brake application, but that's about it. And yeah, so I'm gonna head back, fill up the car, wait 30 seconds, do a last squeeze, and I'll switch the filters, put the K&N this time, and do exactly the same test. And yeah, so I'm very curious to see what it does. So far, I'm impressed what this car has been doing. But this last leg to go back, it's a little worse on fuel because I'm slightly climbing my way back. So I'll stop it now, and I'll see you at the fuel station. All right, guys, Twin Force Fusion here, and I'm in my war room right now, where I gather all my data. I just finished off the tests, the stock air filter versus a K&N filter, and this test was done on my personal 2017 Ford Fusion Sport. You know, V6, 2.7, blah blah blah. What's important in this is the weight test for this test was at 4,800 pounds. The car is almost 4,200. I had 2 passenger and with some cargo, so I did the math. It's about 4,800 pounds. It's not a light car, but it is what it is. So the first test, again, this is a Real-World Mpg Test loop. Basically from point A to point B, then point B to point A, same gas pump, same type of fuel, and it's not on the board, but the fuel I use, it's 94 octane from Petro-Canada with 10% ethanol content in it. So on my first test with the stock air filter, the total was 120.5 kilometers. It's about 70 miles. Total fuel used was 11.332 liters, which is 9.4041 liters per 100K. I also included miles per gallon for our US friends. So basically the car is stock. The only thing I have is it's the Stida blow valve right now. There's no tune, nothing. It's fully factory. So 25.01 miles per gallon US. I don't know if that's the number that whatever test they advertise, but that's what I get. And one information before I keep going: all the tests were done at the legal speed limit, which here in Canada is 100 kilometers an hour, which is 62 miles per hour. So it was all done at that speed. Both tests took about an hour, 30 minutes. I think there was like only a minute difference between one and the other. UK, just keep up with the stock air filter. UK, it's 30.04 miles per gallon UK. So all I did then, I fuel pump, wait 30 seconds, final fuel up, switch the K&N, reset everything, and off I go. So that trip was a 120.4K. The total fuel used was 10.899, which is almost half a liter less for the same trip. It's 9.0023 liters per 100K, which is almost, well, it's 0.4 liters per 100K better. For the miles per gallon, well, you gain 1.12. It's instead of 2501, it's 2613. And for the UK miles, it's a 1.34. Instead of 30.04, it's 31.38. So some good gains. Temperature was stable. Sunny and cloudy at the same time. It was dry. Traffic was normal. There was, I think, on both tests, I only applied once the brake. I never purposely put them on boost. If it did, the car did it by itself. But most of the time, I leave it on the intelligent all-wheel drive icon on the dash, and I never seen the power go to the rear wheels. It always stayed to the front, even going uphill. Yeah, the car seems to love driving on the open road. So for those who were wondering if a K&N would save fuel, it does. I did other tests with other stuff on other cars on my other channel, and I'm pretty constant on my test. And again, to close, I'm not sponsored by anyone. This is all done with my own coins. and it's for my own. I do this for myself, but I gladly share with all of you. So I didn't get as much gain as the other guy who posted 6 years ago with his panel KNN filter, but on a new Ford Fusion Sport, it does help. Now, I invite you guys to do the same tests on your personal cars if you have the time and you want to do it. I got my life pretty much in order, so I have all the time in the world to do this. So I hope you enjoy this, and I'll come back with other stuff. Cheers.